Hello, fellow viewers. Welcome to this week's edition of Simulation Saturday, and we are actually streaming on an actual Saturday this time. My name is Bruce the Noob, and this week's matchup of Simulation Saturday, we're going to do the 6-1 Green Bay Packers at the 5-2 Kansas City Chiefs. It has been a little bit unfortunate that the Chiefs are 5-2 this season, but they are still just as good as ever. We experienced the Thursday debacle game of the Minnesota Vikings against the Washington Redskins already. There is obviously no other great matchups this week because the Packers are the only good ones because, like I said before, they are 6-1 against 5-2. Honestly, they're the best matchup this week. We're getting closer to the 10th week where we usually, do the best matchups. So it's kind of good that we're getting into the better matchups of the season so far. Right now, actually. Good. Madden is giving us good ones.
A trip back to how it all started. I'm the coach. This is the NFL 100 Game of the Week on EA Sports. Tonight, the memory of the late Bart Starr will radiate through tonight's proceedings. It's a rematch of the very first Super Bowl ever played between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Wisconsin. Standing by, our Sunday night team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Just 1 second, guys. I'm actually going to pause this real quick. I just gotta fix something here. Alright. Okay. We're all set to go. I wonder if they took out Mahomes.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packer offense led by number 12, Aaron Rodgers. And the Pack in an unfamiliar position this year. They have not made the playoffs for 2 years running. 6-9-1 a year ago, and now with a new head coach in Matt LaFleur, no guarantee certainly that they'll play meaningful football in January this year. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork, knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, here's how they will line it up for Kansas City. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Adams has it. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
Never even heard of that penalty before.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And that'll skip out of bounds inside the 20 at the 17-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now as they get set for their opening drive. And they're led out by a guy who's been a backup much of his career out of Oregon State. It's Matt Moore.
Matt Moore does understand what it takes to be a starter. 12 games with Miami.
This is actually going to be interesting because of the fact that Pat Mahomes was out with ankle still.
Before he ended up transferring and finishing Oregon State and having a really nice college career.
That was weird.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Okay, this is getting weird now.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
On the ready. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Off the play fake. Moore. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for KC. 47 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
McCoy. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You better bring 49. Check 49. 80 weapons.
Moore Operating from the gun. Clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyler Fackrell, the linebacker. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage
I can't
to
get
the
too
man
mad
who's
at
been
that.
in this spot before. He always talked about
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Kendall Fuller in on the stop. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Yeah, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Back out here comes Kansas City's offense. Charles, those 2 straight home losses for Kansas City, as we said earlier, drops them to 4-2. But, you know, you've told me you still very much believe in this team. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a second down coming up. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Moore. Flushed out right. He's looking deep for Bell.
Oh my God.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick-6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off play action. Moore. He's going to fire one deep. Middle
Oh
of the
my
field.
God, are you kidding
And for
me?
the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
56. Tackle.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 12 yards there and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 30.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he finds Jimmy Graham. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
They brought in the heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
Now Jones. And
My God.
Second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess right now, as we look at some of his struggles today, the term next play really applies here. He's got to move on.
I love where your head is on that because that's where his head needs to be, exactly what you've said. Yes, there have been mistakes made, but he's got to move on and play the next play as if it didn't happen, keep his confidence up. But how about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've got to be feeling great about what's going on right now. They've already gotten to him a few times. They want to keep that up. Maybe they can pick off a few more.
Well, they disrupted already for 3 INTs. Off the draw, here's Williams.
Come on, get out of my way.
It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be third down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. They'll run it with Williams. And they see right through that defensively. as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal.
Double time, double time. 3 down, 3 to go.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, headed into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Kirk Cousins, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And finally, on Monday Night Football, 2 of the super teams of the 1970s back at it. Dolphins and Steelers from Heinz Field to wrap up Week 8.
And they both suck.
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out comes his field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now more. From the gun, he'll throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A game there of 30 big ones. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, Moore.
Wide open.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
No gain on the play there, second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys. But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
X3, 218, chop. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
To throw is Moore. To throw on third down. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
So here are the Packers now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack out first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Brought in over the middle by Grant. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Well, we want to remind you that coming up tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, we have a couple of throwback heavyweights of the AFC from the 1970s, the Dolphins and the Steelers from Heinz Field. Kickoff at 8:15 Eastern Time. Now they're able to swing
Oh my God,
the line,
he's
and his
injured.
rough night continues. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Moore now. He finds Robinson. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Back to throw. Moore. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Moore now from the gun on 3rd down. Letting one go deep. And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, remember what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Here's Jones. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So the Chiefs now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Got it. 50, Mike, 50. Let's go, D. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end right.
Here's Moore on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just tied in one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
15 yards on the play. First down. Moore throwing on first down. This is caught by Robinson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go.
Second and 1. He's going to let it fly. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down. They tried the throw on second down. Unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Moore. He is going to find Hill here. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Ready? Now Moore off the play fake. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Hey, pick it up, defense.
2nd and 6. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and never an easy thing to come into Arrowhead and get the victory. One of the toughest places to play in the league, but they did it.
Some of the best fan support in the league. They take pride in it. They love their team. They rally around them, good and bad. But when it's good, oh, it is so difficult to come into this place and get a win. From the time they sing the national anthem and finish it with the home of the Chiefs, you're in trouble right from that moment usually.
So for Green Bay, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, guys. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second. This was kind of a good game for myself to have, even with 3 picks in the first quarter itself. My completion rating has actually been pretty high for this game. This is going to be one of those games where it's it's tough. Because I think this is going to be Matt Moore's first. Yeah, this is Matt Moore's first game as his backup, playing as a backup to Patrick Mahomes. Because his injury happened last week. If Pat Mahomes was playing this game, I would definitely see them winning. But I don't really see it. I think he's going to go out there and have a good game. But we're dealing with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And the Packers have been looking like Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. If they could make a deep run into the playoffs this season, not necessarily a Super Bowl team, but they're definitely a playoff team. They definitely have some competition though in that NFC North division with the Bears. I think it's actually a close knit division this season. It's not a complete runaway how it usually is, as I feel most of the North has been. They're looking like the NFC East this season, like how the NFC East always does. As I take a quick look at the standings. Yeah, I mean, they're in first place. Minnesota is right behind them. They only have one more loss than them. The Bears and the Lions, they show promise, but they've played better teams. It's not like they're complete trash. It's just they kind of had bad luck, like the Eagles My Eagles, they don't get me started. But no, the Packers will definitely win this game. I think the score is pretty accurate for itself. I don't see the Chiefs scoring a whole much, and if they do, I'll be shocked. It's gonna be like a 42-21 game, maybe. So it's gonna be maybe a three. I think it's gonna be a 3 touchdown game for the Chiefs, and then Aaron Rodgers will have his, will be Aaron Rodgers that game. I don't know. It'll be fun. So yeah, that's my final prediction. It's going to be like a 42-28 game. If you guys, let me see what next week's matchup is, real quick, because I have not been giving you guys a proper one this so far this season. Next week's matchup, I'm going to take a look at it right now. Damn, I'm looking at it right now. What's their standings? Oh, that's a great one next week. That is a good one next week. Next week's matchup will be the New England Patriots against the Baltimore Ravens. They're hot this season. Where are they in the standings? They're first. Wow, that's a shock. I'm not surprised, but that's a shock. The Baltimore Ravens are first in their division, of course, at 5-2. Cleveland Browns are second, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are in third. They both have the same score, and then of course we have the Bengals at 0-7. That's sad, last place team. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been this week's edition of Simulation Saturday. If you liked the stream, please leave a like if you can. Follow us and then turn the notifications on so that way you get notified and never miss another live stream. This is going up on YouTube. Same deal. If you like what you saw, please leave a like and share this with your friends. Hit that subscribe button and spank the bell button so that you guys get notified every time we upload a brand new video, and you never have to miss another one ever again. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, of course, if you have not already. Thanks again for watching, and as always, we will see you guys in our next video and live stream. Later, guys.